Hello everyone, this is my second review in my WrestleMania review series. This is WrestleMania 2. The title of this video will be A Tale of Three Cities. I'm calling that for, well, a little background. WrestleMania 2 was the only WrestleMania to be in 3 different cities. New York City, well, Uniondale was down on Long Island, so Chicago and Los Angeles, each with 4 matches, so 12 matches total. This became about because Vince, being the maniac that he is, thought since Dusty Rhodes could run Starrcade, I believe it was 84 in 2 cities, or 85 in 2 cities, that he could run WrestleMania in 3. So, was it good? I thought we're about to find out. We, of course, open up with the America the Beautiful, which is performed by Ray Charles. Yeah, I don't rate these things, so no. The star rating will be for the matches. Our total opening match is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff versus Don Morocco. Excuse me. This is a decent little match. It's a 1-star match, but it ends by a double countout. Okay. So our second match is the Intercontinental Championship match. The Macho Man Randy Savage versus George the Animal Steel. Interesting little match here. Let me check my notes. Yeah, 1.5 stars. 1.5 stars for this match. But Savage won. Of course, Savage would hold the title, clear WrestleMania 3, in one of the all-time great matches. And my all-time favorite match, which I'll get to in the next review in this series, which will be uploaded probably sometime next week. I gotta rewatch WrestleMania. I mean, I could do it by memory, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I ran into the Royal Rumble from memory, so yeah, I'm gonna rewatch them. Unless, well, WrestleMania 13 probably will be done by memory. I don't really want to rewatch that. But yeah, WrestleMania 3. When Savage, of course, and Ricky Steamboat had a match. But good match, 1.5 stars. Then we had Jake the Snake Roberts versus George Wells. Not much of a match here, 1 star, half star. So the main event in the New York portion was a boxing match. Mr. T versus Rowdy Piper. Star rating for this would be how I thought the match was entertaining or something, and I gave it 2 stars for the spectacle of it, because under traditional boxing, I don't know how to judge a traditional boxing match. I don't watch boxing. I'm not a big boxing guy, so I don't know how to judge if a boxing match is good or not. So I don't know how to judge if a boxing match is any good. So I gave it 2 stars for the spectacle. Of course, the guest ring announcer for this main event of the New York portion was Joan Rivers. You had 3 judges here. You had Daryl Dawkins from one of the NBA teams, Cab Calloway, and you had G. Gordon Liddy were judges here. And of course, Joe Frazier was, of course, in Mr. T's corner. Mr. T won by DQ. Also, you had a celebrity broadcaster for all 3 of these cities, and New York was Susan St. James, who I believe was on McMillan and Wife or some show like that. I don't know. I was only like 2 years old at this time, so, but she's quite annoying. She's quite annoying throughout here, and she, you know, I know I carried Dick Eversole all the time, but that doesn't mean we needed her on this show. So, yeah. So then we move to the Chicago portion, which starts off the Women's Championship match. The Fabulous Moolah versus Velvet McIntyre. There's no stars. I'm not giving it a star rating because it's really short. I think it's less than a minute. I think it's either less than a minute or a minute, one of the 2. Either way, it's not that great of a match, and it's got no stars. So then we get Corporal Kirchner versus Nikolai Volkoff in a flag match. Not a traditional flag match where, you know, if you get the flag of your country, you win. This was a traditional match, and the winner just got to wave the flag of their country. That's all that was. So, yeah. This match isn't anything either, so it's no stars 2, and Corporal Kirchner won. I guess good for him, I guess. So then the Chicago the main event was actually 2 matches. The first is the WWE versus NFL Battle Royal with 6 NFL players versus 14 wrestlers. Why didn't you do 10 and 10? Because it would have been actually easier. It would have been mathematically even. It would have been mathematically even. But, you know, this is, of course, notable for the thing with William Perry and John Studd. When, after being eliminated, Perry pulled John Studd out of the ring, and, of course, Andre the Giant won, last one named Bret the Hitman Hart. As a Battle Royal goes, most Battle Royals are never 5-star classics. This one isn't. It's a 2-star match, though. So it's a fairly good Battle Royal for having 6 non-wrestlers in it. Well, 5 non-wrestlers and a football player who's not a wrestler that came from wrestling pedigree of Russ Francis because of his dad was a wrestler. So the actual main event of the Chicago portion is the World Tag Team Championship match. The Dream Team, Valentine Bruce Beefcake with Luscious Johnny V versus the British Bulldogs. Of course, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and the Dynamite Kid. For the World Tag Team Championships, and the British Bulldogs have Captain Lou Albano and Ozzy Osbourne in their corner. This is the best match in the Chicago portion. It's 3.5 stars. It's a 3.5-star match. The Bulldogs win when Valentine and Dynamite Kid butt heads with Dynamite Kid on the apron, and then the Bulldogs pins them. And the Bulldogs win. They would lose them to the Hart Foundation thanks to Danny Davis, and that would lead to WrestleMania 3 too. But yeah, so 3.5 stars. So the Chicago portion is right now was the worst portion of WrestleMania 2. And of course, you know, and then we get to the LA portion. Ricky, and that opened up with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Hercules Hernandez. 2-star match here. Steamboat won for crossbody off the top. In fact, at the first 3 WrestleManias, Steamboat was undefeated. He won a match at the first 3 WrestleManias. He sustained his first WrestleMania, lost WrestleMania 4. I'll get to that with WrestleMania 4. But good match. Then we have Adrian Adonis versus Uncle Elmer. No stars here. This match wasn't that great. Adrian Adonis won. So then we have Tito Santana and Junkyard Dog versus the Funk Brothers of Terry and Haas, or Terry and Dory, however you prefer. And good little tag match here. It's 2 stars with the Funk Brothers getting the win when Terry hits the Junkyard Dog with Jimmy Hart's megaphone. So then we get ultimately the main event, which this whole thing centered around Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in the first and only WWE Championship match inside a steel cage at WrestleMania. This is the only WWE Championship match ever held inside a steel cage at WrestleMania. It's an okay match. It's a 2.5-star match, so it wasn't bad. Hogan, of course, won, like he would do for the first 3 WrestleManias. And he then beat up Bobby Heenan. Celebrities here, you had Robert Conrad from the Wild Wild West, he was the guest referee. You had Ricky Schroeder from Silver Spoons, now known for NYPD Blue. He was the guest timekeeper, and Time of Sorrow was the guest ring announcer here. And Elvira served as the guest commentator, So you're dealing with a total star rating of 60, 12 matches, 5 stars for each match. And this is 16 out of 60 stars. So that's not even halfway. So it's a D- show. I know I waived this for WrestleMania, that's because it was the first. I'm leaning on anything that's the first. Yeah. But the next video will be uploaded sometime next week, whenever I get done with WrestleMania 3. I'm not using a network for WrestleMania 3 because I have a DVD copy of it. The network's only for stuff that I don't have on DVD. So. And WrestleMania 3 I enjoy watching, so it's not going to be a chore to watch it. I enjoy watching it because, in my opinion, it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time, with X7 a close second. And that's only because X7 has 3 massive problems. I'll get to that when I get to that.
Because it won't let me on.
So.
I got on. Oh, I didn't get on touch with Buddy.
So yeah. So that'll be the next review in this series. Probably after a month or so, I'll give you a WWE Network review. So.
Text him and call Carson Colonel.
So.
He's on too.
So that'll be. Yeah. So. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for WrestleMania 3, which is my all-time favorite WrestleMania. Bye.